Oceanography, UPSC Prelims Previous Year Questions 1979 to 2024 Year 1984, Question. Match the columns. A. Southeastern coast of USA, 1. Florida Current B. West coast of South Africa, 2. Kuroshio Current C. Southwestern coast of South America, 3. Belgilla Current D. Southeastern coast of Japan, 4. Peruvian Current. Options, A, A2, B3, C4, D1, B, A1, B3, C4, D2, C, A1, B4, C3, D2, D, A2, B4, C3, D1. Year 1986, Question. Mean sea level, or MSL, is the A. Average level of the sea, B. Height of water above ground level, C. Average height of waves, D. None of the above. Year 1989, Question. Which of the following is a cold ocean current? A. Labrador, B. Gulf Stream, C. Kuroshio, D. None of these. Year 1990, Question. The continental shelf surrounding the Indian coast is widest off the A. Hoogli Coast, B. Coromandel Coast, C. Konkan Coast, D. South Gujarat Coast. Year 1991, Question. Neap tides are produced in the first and third quarters of the moon. Then, A. The moon and the sun are in conjunction with the other planets, B. The moon and the sun are in opposition with each other, C. The attractions of the sun and the moon are at right angles to each other, D. The moon and the sun are in quadrant position to each other. Year 1997, Question. Which one of the following factors is responsible for the change in the regular direction of the ocean currents in the Indian Ocean? A. Indian Ocean is half an ocean, B. Indian Ocean has monsoon drift, C. Indian Ocean is a landlocked ocean, D. Indian Ocean has greater variation in salinity. Year 1999, Question. At which one of the following positions will the height of the ocean tide be maximum? Refer to the diagram showing the moon's orbit and Earth's orbit with positions M1, M2, M3, and M4. A. M1, B. M2, C. M3, D. M4. Year 2000, Question 1. Question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Tides are of great help in navigation and fishing. Statement 2. High tide enables big ships to enter or leave the harbor safely. Statement 3. Tide prevents siltation in the harbors. Statement 4. Kandla and Diamond Harbor are tile ports. Which of these statements are correct? A. 1 and 4, B. 2, 3 and 4, C. 1, 2 and 3, D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Year 2000, Question 2. Assertion A. During the neap tides, the high tide is lower and the low tide is higher than usual. Reason are the neap tide, unlike the spring tide, occurs on the new moon instead of on the full moon. A. Both A and R are individually true and R is the correct explanation of A. B. Both A and R are individually true but R is not the correct explanation of A. C. A is true but R is false. D. A is false but R is true. Year 2002, Question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Ocean currents are the slow surface movement of water in the ocean. Statement 2. Ocean currents assist in maintaining the Earth's heat balance. Statement 3. Ocean currents are set in motion primarily by prevailing winds. Statement 4. Ocean currents are affected by the configuration of the ocean. Which of these statements are correct? A. 1 and 2, B. 2, 3 and 4, C. 1, 3 and 4, D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Year 2003, Assertion A. The weight of a body decreases with the increase of latitude on Earth. Reason are the Earth is not a perfect sphere. A. Both A and R are individually true and R is the correct explanation of A. B. Both A and R are individually true but R is not the correct explanation of A. C. A is true but R is false. D. A is false but R is true. Year 2004, Question. Which one of the following statements is not correct? A. Gulf with narrow fronts and wider rears experience high tides. B. Tidal currents take place when a gulf is connected with the open sea by a narrow channel. C. Tidal bore occurs when a tide enters the narrow and shallow estuary of a river. D. The tidal nature of the mouth of the river Hoogli is of crucial importance to Kolkata as port. Year 2007, Question 1. Question. The largest coral reef in the world is found near the coast of which one of the following countries? A. Australia, B. Cuba, C. Ghana, D. Philippines. Year 2007, Question 2. Question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. The annual range of temperature is greater in the Pacific Ocean than that in the Atlantic Ocean. Statement 2. The annual range of temperature is greater in the northern hemisphere than that in the southern hemisphere. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. Year 2011, Question 1. Question. The 2004 tsunami made people realize that mangroves can serve as a reliable safety hedge against coastal calamities. How do mangroves function as a safety hedge? A. The mangrove swamps separate the human settlements from the sea by a wide zone in which people neither live nor venture out. B. The mangroves provide both food and medicines which people are in need of after any natural disaster. C. The mangrove trees are tall with dense canopies and serve as an excellent shelter during a cyclone or tsunami. D. The mangrove trees do not get uprooted by storms and tides because of their extensive roots. Year 2011, Question 2. Question. In the context of ecosystem productivity, marine dwelling zones are important as they increase the marine productivity by bringing the following to the surface. 1. Decomposer microorganisms. 2. Nutrients. 3. Bottom-dwelling organisms. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2, B. 2 only, C. 2 and 3, D. 3 only. Year 2012, Question 1. Question. The acidification of oceans is increasing. Why is this phenomenon a cause of concern? Statement 1. The growth and survival of calcareous phytoplankton will be adversely affected. Statement 2. The growth and survival of coral reefs will be adversely affected. Statement 3. The survival of some animals that have phytoplanktonic larvae will be adversely affected. Statement 4. The cloud seeding and formation of clouds will be adversely affected. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1, 2 and 3 only, B. 2 only, C. 1 and 3 only, D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Year 2012, Question 2. Question. Consider the following factors. 1. Rotation of the Earth. 2. Air pressure and wind. 3. Density of ocean water. 4. Revolution of the Earth. Which of the above factors influence ocean currents? A. 1 and 2 only, B. 1, 2 and 3, C. 1 and 4, D. 2, 3 and 4. Year 2015, Question 1. Question. Tides occur in the oceans and seas due to which among the following? 1. Gravitational force of the Sun. 2. Gravitational force of the Moon. 3. Centrifugal force of the Earth. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1 only, B. 2 and 3 only, C. 1 and 3 only, D. 1, 2 and 3. Year 2015, Question 2. Question. What explains the eastward flow of the equatorial countercurrent? A. The Earth's rotation on its axis. B. Convergence of the two equatorial currents. C. Difference in salinity of water. D. Occurrence of the belt of calm near the equator. Year 2018, Question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Most of the world's coral reefs are in tropical waters. Statement 2. More than 1/3 of the world's coral reefs are located in the territories of Australia, Indonesia and the Philippines. Statement 3. Coral reefs host far more animal phyla than those hosted by tropical rainforests. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only, B. 3 only, C. 1 and 3 only, D. 1, 2 and 3. Year 2020, Question. With reference to ocean mean temperature, or OMT, which of the following statements is or are correct? Statement 1. OMT is measured up to a depth of 26 degrees Celsius isotherm, which is 129 meters in the southwestern Indian Ocean during January to March. Statement 2. OMT collected during January to March can be used in assessing whether the amount of rainfall in monsoon will be less or more than a certain long-term mean. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. Year 2021, Question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. In the tropical zone, the western sections of the oceans are warmer than the eastern sections owing to the influence of trade winds. Statement 2. In the temperate zone, westerlies make the eastern sections of oceans warmer than the western sections. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. Year 2022, Question. With reference to the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, consider the following statements. Statement 1. A coastal state has the right to establish the breadth of its territorial sea up to a limit not exceeding 12 nautical miles, measured from a baseline determined in accordance with the convention. Statement 2. Ships of all states, whether coastal or landlocked, enjoy the right of innocent passage through the territorial sea. Statement 3. The exclusive economic zone shall not extend beyond 200 nautical miles from the baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 and 2 only, B. 2 and 3 only, C. 1 and 3 only, D. 1, 2 and 3. Year 2024, Question 1. Question. Which of the following is or are correct inferences from isothermal maps in the month of January? Statement 1. The isotherms deviate to the north over the ocean and to the south over the continent. Statement 2. The presence of cold ocean currents, Gulf Stream and North Atlantic drift make the North Atlantic Ocean colder and the isotherms bend towards the north. Select the answer using the code given below. A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. Year 2024, Question 2. Question. With reference to Coriolis force, which of the following statements is or are correct? Statement 1. It increases with increase in wind velocity. Statement 2. It is maximum at the poles and is absent at the equator. Select the answer using the code given below. A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither 1 nor 2. End of document.